to say, I've been in so many terrible interviews. Like, I've left humiliated. Humiliated. The shit that they tell me. That's just, it's unnecessary, and it's humiliating. And, you know, I leave there feeling like shit. Like I'm nothing, you know? And you can't change them, but you can just keep moving. You gotta keep moving. It sucks. It sucks. I know it's gonna change one day, you know? And I would say, find the sort of people you want to work for. And if you're in an interview where whoever it is, or a set of people, don't appreciate you and what you've done, that's just a sign. You're going to be miserable if they do hire you. If they change their mind, they're like, oh, we changed our mind, you don't suck, we're going to hire you. I promise you, you're going to be miserable. So take it as a sign.
Run away from it. Okay, last question. Do you have people that you can trust to bounce your ideas off of? If so, how do you find the balance between the optimists and the naysayers?
So that's a really great question. And I think with entrepreneurs, there's so many people who are quick to give you advice from books they've read, right? And it's just, so what I do is I look for people who have gone through the struggle themselves in their own lives. You know, they've been on the street, they've been through wars, and they understand, right? But there's not a lot of people like that. There's actually very few people like that. Most people have just been like, you know, chill, and you know, they've read a lot of great books, and they highlight quotes and they read you those quotes. Yeah. You know, and I think stay away from those people, you know? Gravitate to those people who are, who've been through wars. And those are the people that I listen to, that I bounce ideas off of. And of course, they must care about you. They must care about you. That's the most important. So whether that's family, so I bounce a lot of things off of, I ask my wife a lot of questions, what does she think, and you know, and so forth, my family. And then there's a few people in my life, across different ages, different industries or whatever. I've known them for quite some time. And they are just super honest with me. They've been through wars, and they just tell it like it is. And because they've been through wars, they've been there. So they're like, this is what happened when I did it. Now, what are you gonna do? Yeah. You know, that is, I wish, and by the way, I found these people. When I think back, I always had those sort of people. There was a time when I was 18 or 17, I was 17, and my principal said, Mohammed, you know, maybe you should consider a career in hotel management and in high school. So I thought, yeah, that's my life. I'm gonna be in the hotel business, you know. And I remember training at an Intercontinental Hotel here in Dubai in banquets, and there was this one guy, Mr. Cecil. You know, he was like Po from Kung Fu Panda. Okay. You know, and just, he would not say anything, but when I screwed up, you know, he would tell me something that just stuck with me, and he would not say it in anger or whatever that is. You know, he would literally say it like an old Chinese master. You know, and Mr. Cecil was from India. He'd been through wars in the hospitality industry, and he was the banquet manager. And this one time we had to set up an event for 1,500 people. It was a wedding, and it was the first time that I was a waiter, and I decided to put a shitload of sodas, and I was like, yeah, I could do this. You know, and I walked in the kitchen outside, and I had all these glasses of ice cold sodas, like orange and Coke and like everything. And I heard somebody say, excuse me, can I have a drink? And I turned, and time just stopped. Because I look, I'm like, oh, fuck. There's like 15 glasses full of ice cold water heading towards this guy's head. And it just fell on him. And he was soaked. And I just remember like apologizing and looking, and there's Mr. Cecil. And he was just looking at me, and he's like, okay, clean that up and do all these things. And we went in the back, and he's like, I was like, my God. And he's like, never carry more than you can handle. I swear. There's been Mr. Cecils my entire life, and I look for Mr. Cecils. You know, there's Manoj Nakra, there's Ritesh Tilani, there's, you know, my wife Tanya, and, you know, my brother Payman, Ehsan, like, so there's very few of these people, but those are the sort of people you must find and listen to, not the people who are dishing out advice dime a dozen.
Wonderful. Wonderful.